Hello, Murray Newlands here with Performance Marketing Insider TV, talking with Sean from ifficient.
At Efficient, we believe in everything we do. We believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by allowing our people to define us, by allowing our technology to create the curve, by delivering unmatched results for our clients. That's Efficient, the network of efficiency. Today we deliver unparalleled results in lead generation, education inquiry generation, display marketing, database building, cost per acquisition, pay per call, and mobile marketing. Want to work with us? Please visit ifficient.com today. Start believing with us.
Sean, tell me what's happening in the education space right now?
Yeah, absolutely, Murray. Thanks for having me on again. It's become a monthly segment, but it's always fun to chat, catch up, and see what's going on. Education is definitely becoming such a very hot area, especially with the distance learning, the changes with what Obama has done with how he grants funding to the for-profit colleges and institutions. We've seen a big change. We've had courses like schools like Duke and Harvard and Yale and Columbia all start to offer online courses for free. It's quite interesting how we're starting to see a convergence and a just huge disruption in distance learning. There's companies all the way that provide free courses all the way to how to manage your student debt. It's like a mint.com version. So we're starting to see the industry for higher education grow up very, very quickly. I think about a year and a half ago, we were talking about how higher education is dying and how schools aren't capturing leads and how some of the schools are getting out of it. But we're starting to see a resurgence now, and it's quite interesting, specifically seeing, how there's a lot of different companies entering the market space. Just the other day, I heard of a company that will do virtual tours for students. It's quite cool, take them on tours of dorm rooms if it's brick and mortar. To actually doing virtual tours of online classes and how they're run and composed and what the professors are like. So it's growing up quite rapidly. It's exciting and it's fun to see.
And obviously with disruption in the industry, obviously that's usually a time when there's great opportunities. Where are some of those opportunities and what types of campaigns are hot right now?
Yeah, absolutely. It is hot, and the things that are hot are those that were hot a couple of years ago. Except it's changing the model. We've seen companies like Mint.com come into the space just to manage your student tuition, right? We've seen companies come in to manage your student debt. We've seen companies come in to provide more on the distance learning front. So software as a service is quite hot. And when we're seeing that disruption now on how to lower the cost of your education, how to go get your certificate or trade school. If you want to become an accountant, how to just get your accountant certificate or finance or something of that nature. So we're seeing a convergence right now, and it's quite exciting. The cost of tuition has gone up so much over the course of the last 5 years that it needs to be reduced somehow. Otherwise, people just aren't going to be able to afford college anymore. Which would obviously cripple the continuing education, the higher education space. Of course, people are always going to want to go to college. They're going to want to become well-rounded individuals. But at the same time, if they can't afford to pay off those student loans, there really needs to be a disruption is happening where schools are becoming more and more affordable.
So with this moving online, is that opening up, for example, international campaigns? Given the courses are online, people can have them in America, but presumably that means they're open to international traffic too now, does it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, we're seeing a lot of this. That's a good question, actually. A lot of the schools now that we work with over 105 schools. A lot of them aren't accepting people that aren't U.S. citizens, but that's starting to change. University of Phoenix, I think it owns Access University, which is mostly in the UK and Canada right now. So the companies that are here, the for-profit universities, are branching out. They are doing more with countries that are outside the United States. So again, it's going to be a huge market, and I'm sure it's only a matter of time before these colleges and universities start to accept non-U.S. students. But it's an exciting time, Mari. I mean, we're seeing more and more people educated. We're seeing more people, University of Phoenix or DeVry or Kaplan. You always see the news segments on 60 Minutes on what your degree is really worth, or can you get a job? And we're seeing people really start to get jobs with these degrees. We're seeing them get out of their dead end jobs. We're seeing stay-at-home moms find it more affordable to go back to college. And it's an exciting time. Anytime people can better themselves through education is just an incredible thing, and it's exciting. I'm very hopeful for the future of distance learning. It's become quite a long way from Glenn Jones with Jones International University having being able to subscribe through your TV. So it's incredible, and we're only going to see really incredible the way the technology is emerging. Start to see that emerge, and like I said, there's a huge disruption in the space, all the way from how to learn, how to manage your career, how to pay your bills, how to manage your student debt, and it's exciting. It really is, and I'm glad that we have a company that's on the forefront of that. But we start at the very beginning, right? We start at getting people to school, and that's the most important thing. If people don't know once they graduate high school what those options are, there needs to be more and more services like what we provide here at ifficient, which is how to help people find those schools.
Fantastic. If people want to know more about this and work with you, how do they do that, Sean? What's your email address?
Yeah, absolutely. If you're watching and you're thinking about going back to school, degreechemistry.com is a great place to go. But if you want to learn more about how to work with ifficient and some of the software things that we have developed and software as a service, how to generate leads, you can email me at Sean, SEAN, @ifficient.com.
Sean, thank you very much. Have a great day. I'm Murray Newlands. You're watching Performance Marketing Insider TV. I'll see you next time.